So you want to be a new media journalist, do you? Well, you've hit the right spot. Hey, my name is Jeff McIntyre, and before you run out to tell your story, you got to get your hands on some tools of the new media trade. At first, it could be tremendously overwhelming in this digital sea of, new media toys. It's like, what do you pick? What do you need? What do you want? How much do you got to spend? So let's dive right into probably your most important piece of equipment. Your MasterCard. No, your imaging device, your HD video camera. A couple must-haves when you're out there on the hunt for a decent camera. One, it really needs a mic input jack, because without the audio, does it matter if you have good video? I'm raising my hand. No. Good audio only enhances your video, because I hate to break it to you, without really good, clean sound, no one's going to watch your pictures. And it would also be pretty cool if your camera had some manual controls for exposure and audio levels and all that. What camera does a lot of these things? Ta-da! The Canon Vixia HF-R300. This is a little champ at a really decent price point. Under $300, gets you a mic jack, gets you a headphone jack, and you know what? Let's throw in some good-looking video absolutely free of charge. Free, meaning $300, of course. This is a total winner. But it's not the only contender. Canon had some good oldies. You can find the Vixia R100 and R10 floating around. Maybe hit Craigslist, check out eBay. There's a bunch of these used floating out there. Some sites will still sell them new for around $300. Once again, they're part of the Vixia line, and these are huge champs in my book. Coming up next, the Sony HDR CX160. It's got a mic jack, and that's about it. No headphone jack. Decent video. It's a Sony. I'm a big Sony proponent. A little pricey for what you get. Panasonic's not bad either. The HC V700 gives you a mic jack. Pretty good pictures too. All these totally suitable cameras to help tell your story. Now, if those are a little pricey outside of your budget, we got a couple here. Might do the trick. Not top of my list, but you definitely could do worse. The Kodak ZI-10 PlayTouch is an upgrade to Kodak's ZI-8 camera. And the only issue I have with Kodak is their definition of upgrade, because it doesn't mean the same thing in my book. The ZI-8 was the camera. In this class, of course, it was the camera to beat, and the ZI-10, in my opinion, it falls short. But it does give you a mic jack, which no other camera in this form factor does. Flipcam doesn't. Most of your cell phone cameras don't. Yes, you can mod your iPhone to get a mic in, but it's clunky and it's a hassle. Bottom line, if you've only got $200 to spend, you'll make some pretty good pictures. You'll have some great audio, and you'll have saved a bundle. If you haven't picked up on it, I'm a big proponent of good, clean audio. Oh, you are picking up on that? Oh, well, good. These are the tools you're going to need to make clean, crisp sound. Microphones. There's two main varieties of mics. Shotgun mics, which you've got the Rode VideoMic and Sennheiser MKE400. These are both solid little workhorses for under $200. Can't go wrong. You strap one of these bad boom boys on your camera, and it'll allow you to pick up sound from 3 to 10 to 15 feet away at reasonable good clarity. And they deliver 300 times better sound than the junky little mic built into your camera. The other kind of mic I love are lavalier mics, lav mics. You call them tie mics, clip mics, or the little mics you see clipped on to people. The great thing about lav mics is you're able to get the mic really close to the mouth, and that makes for wonderful sound. Yes, you can spend $600, $700 on a lav mic, but why? How about I sell you one for $25? It's actually pretty good too. The Audio-Technica ATR 3350. It's on Amazon. And this thing, $25. It probably makes about $125 worth of sound. It's spectacular in the price point. You won't find one cheaper. Just pick up two. Give one to Granny. She'll thank you. Of course, you're going to have the need for space. You always need more recording media when you're out there, especially when you're in some tricky locations where you just don't have access to anything. You want to make sure you stuff your pockets with enough recording media, SD cards, flash cards, maybe even tape from some of you old school people. My favorite SD cards are from SanDisk. Never had an issue with their media. Rock solid, dependable, and that's what you want when you're out there capturing video gold. And most important, I don't care how expensive your camera is, don't care how great your mic is. If you don't got power, you don't got video. You want to make sure that you cram your bag with enough batteries. Because who knows when you're going to be able to get to the room or even find working electricity to charge those things up. So you always want to have a spare or three. And contrary to popular belief, they're not as expensive as you might think if you do it the right way. And the right way doesn't mean buying name brands from Canon at $109 for this little battery. Forget that. How about we get you 2 batteries and a travel charger for under $33? Is that a deal worth taking? I think so. There's nothing wrong with off-market batteries. They're not going to ruin your camera. The only thing you may not get is in your little viewfinder when it tells you how much battery life you have left. Sometimes, because these off-market batteries don't have the necessary computer chip built into the battery, you won't see that information. But with the money you're saving, you could buy 10 of these things. You'll be going for weeks or 3 days, whichever comes first. And in your thirst for power, you want to make sure you have enough batteries for your microphone and a way to charge those batteries up. Once again, explore some off-market battery chargers, and you'll be amazed how much money you're keeping in your pocket. You also want to bring some power adapters, because there's a 98% chance that cord ain't going to fit in that wall. Instead of buying a big bag of these little adapters, which you know you're going to end up leaving behind, buy one of these cool all-in-one devices and leave that thing behind. And one last thing you want to bring, more batteries. And rounding up your list of needs, headphones. What? Yeah, exactly. You got to hear what you're recording to know that you're recording it. And these things don't have to be fancy. Earbuds or, my favorite, foldable headphones. Because space is at a premium in your camera bag. And these things fold right up and they're perfect. And they're like $5. So grab 2. You may sit on one. Also, keep that lens clean. It could be dusty, musty. Stray dogs could be licking your lens. So you want to find a way to keep your glass clean because you want your images to be pretty. Oh yeah, minor detail. You need some place to put all this stuff. Get yourself a good camera bag. It'll last for years. I like camera backpacks too. It just makes it so much easier when you're running and gunning, moving through airports, fields. You follow this list, you'll definitely be in a good spot. You'll have all the necessary tools to make really good new media journalism. But if you find an extra $300 in your pocket, well, I'll help you spend it. Here's a list of some gear that would be really nice to have, like a better video camera. Well, that might set you back $1,500. This Canon XA10 is a workhorse. What a piece of engineering. This little camera goes the distance. We've used this for real projects that have aired on networks. Great little camera. It's expensive, though. Also, it's a fancy DSLR camera from Canon or Nikon. The one thing, you want to make sure that it actually does HD video. It has a mic input, and I'd only recommend this for people who are really experienced and savvy with navigating a camera of this sort, because it is a high-end device. It takes a lot of skill, and it's really easy to mess up. A small tripod is a must for those really nice, smooth, steady shots, especially when you're setting up an interview. It's really a must-have, and they're not as expensive as you think. Yes, you can drop $700 on a tripod, but why? This little winner from Nikon, you can get for $15 on eBay. Yeah, it folds to about 14 inches. That fits in a backpack. And lastly, you may have heard of light, kind of important to video. LED camera lights are quite the rage. They're very affordable. They put out a lot of light. They don't use a lot of power. And they're lightweight. They stay cool. Winner! You can get this one for about $35 on eBay. So now that you have all the necessary gear, the only thing left to do is to get out there and find a good story and fearlessly tell it.